When my alarm vibrated in my pocket, signaling the end of the hour, I opened my eyes to see a bunch of legs. Hello friends, it's me, Ioanna. Welcome back to Moment of Truth, a video podcast on YouTube where we talk about life and I give you pieces of advice that you are free to ignore. I look like I'm more prepared to play a game because I am. We've started live streaming games. I don't have any subscribers yet on Twitch, but I really enjoy playing my games over the weekend. So if you like retro games and mobile games, come hang out with me on Twitch. We're gonna have a great time. First things first, happy Labor Day, the holiday that doesn't benefit the service industry at all. So celebrate this day by staying home or hang out with me. Let's bond over effed up stories from work. One of the best things that happened was for work from home to be normalized. It's one of the gifts from the pandemic, except video meetings. I don't like video meetings. Why can't it just be a normal voice meeting? People are pressured to film in the only clean spot in the house, wearing half formal and half PJs. They're kind of becoming like YouTubers or streamers. I feel like it's a waste of internet bandwidth. Our first story actually features an effed up video meeting story. This just happened a while ago. I was actually getting dressed and ready to work at home today. My husband was working in our office and let me know that he would be on a phone call. He also asked me to make him a smoothie before he had to leave to go into the office for a bit this morning. I was in the middle of fixing my hair, naked, as I had just gotten out of the shower. But I knew he had a busy day and sometimes forgets to eat. So I wanted to make sure he ate and was ready for his busy day. I go and make a smoothie, still naked as I'm in the middle of getting dressed, and bring it into him, not realizing he was on a video call. I sat it down on his desk and he turns to me with the most scared look on his face and pushes me away. I then realized I was butt-ass naked on his camera in front of his CEO, my brother who also works with him, and a whole team from India. They all saw. We will get for this for a while. I'm going to crawl in a hole forever. Oh my God, he's gonna get a raise. And more video meetings. Look, we've been doing these videos for a while. And here's a tip. When setting up your video cameras for your meetings or stream, make sure your camera is pointing to a wall instead of a doorway or a common space where people would pass by. Do you prefer to work from home or face-to-face? Obviously, I like work from home. As much as I hate video meetings, it's a small sacrifice. There are lots of benefits of work from home. Having my own bathroom with a toilet that I can actually sit on. Unfortunately, for our next story, OP is one of the many people who had to go back to office. And this is how his first day is going. So just a bit of a pretext, I have colitis. So my booty can be pretty rockin', but not in the fun party kind of way. I recently started a new job and have been working remotely until today. The first day in the office for training. Sure, I thought it can't be that bad. So just after lunch, where my boss kindly bought us all food, I felt a rumbling in my stomach. Not a great sign. So I quietly got up and asked where the bathrooms were and slink off into a small room between the two sets of offices. I placed my booty cheeks on my porcelain throne and began unleashing the most satanic, earth-shattering farts imaginable, echoing off what was now a �12 with a forceful splash, accompanied shortly before and after by more thunderous chanting. After my karaoke session, I quietly returned to my desk and received some very odd looks from my first-time coworkers. A little while later, another hops and slinks away, and I realize I can hear him humming through the wall from the bathroom. Considering the rock concert I performed in there shortly beforehand, it's safe to say the entire office heard me rip with the power of 1,000 suns. There's a comment. You could hear him humming. Are the walls made of cloth? It might as well be made out of a curtain, considering it's a stage. The least they could have done was clap. Bathrooms like that should not be okay. It's a space where we're most vulnerable. At least in our next story, OP has a quiet bathroom to go to. Or at least he thought. So normally, I don't use the restroom at work. If I have to I'll just drive home on my break and come back. That's because I need to use wet wipes after and I need to take my shirt off. You know you can bring wet wipes at work. Well, today I couldn't wait for my break, so I rushed in. No problem. When this happens, I just grab a paper towel and run some water over it. So I get done and reach for the paper towel. And what would you know? I forgot it. No problem. This bathroom is a ghost town. Everybody uses the one near the front of the office. I can just waddle to the sink real quick and grab one. So I say, get, and rush to the sink. Mission accomplished. But as soon as I started going back to the stall, of course, someone walked in as I'm shirtless, pants to my ankles, holding a wet paper towel. He could just laughed it off, but no. The guy screams. If you're in a public bathroom and figured you don't have toilet paper after you're done with your business, what would you do? Asking for a friend. Now I'm back at my desk waiting for the inevitable stares once his version of events spreads around the office. So yeah, this is why I don't at work. And this is why I like working from home. Especially for us Filipinos, we need our soap and water. Also, I like that I can spend time with my dogs. I'm not a fit person, but daily walks with my dogs actually help get some movement in this millennial body. In our next story, OP tries to sneak in a quick workout during his workday. So I recently watched a video about doing pull-ups on doors. So I've been trying to do more pull-ups wherever I go. So anyways, I was at work and went into the bathroom. I did a quick check and saw that no one was in the bathroom. So I grabbed the bathroom stall door and quickly pull myself up for a quick pull up. As soon as I get to the top, I immediately locked eyes with a guy on the toilet.
Do you want to come in?
The bathroom was not empty. I immediately dropped down and ran away. It totally looked like I wanted to take a little peek, and there is no way he'd understand what happened. Thankfully, I didn't recognize him. I still am afraid to go to that same bathroom today. The guy in the bathroom must be traumatized. Well, that's the thrill of the concept of cubicles. It gives you the illusion of privacy, but not enough that you get too comfortable or vulnerable. I used to work in an office where you didn't have assigned desks. As an introvert, there was pressure to scout for the best, most isolated desk. We also had sleeping quarters like most BPOs in the Philippines do. It's set up like a hostel with about 10 bunk beds. It's comfortable enough to get some rest, but not too comfortable that you stay asleep because you're basically sleeping in a room full of strangers. But our last story actually made me appreciate having sleeping quarters because it's better to sleep in a room full of strangers than under your desk. So my back has been stiff recently. I work at a desk. After sitting with clients all morning, my back was really hurting, and I needed somewhere to stretch it out. I first tried to do it standing up in the bathroom, but those stretches didn't reach the right muscles. So I knew I needed to lie down. That is one of the most dangerous urges. I've lost count how many times I've had that feeling. I still give in to these urges even though I already know what's going to happen. Clients are always coming in and out of my office, so I knew I had to find a place that was out of view. I decided to do it underneath this big conference table because no matter where you walk, you can't see underneath it unless you're bending down. My break was an hour long, so as soon as it started, I got under the table and stretched. It was awesome. After a few minutes, my muscles finally relaxed, which felt amazing. I still had like 45 minutes left, and no one has bothered me. So I thought, what the hell? And decided to close my eyes and sleep for a bit. When my alarm vibrated in my pocket, signaling the end of the hour, I opened my eyes to see a bunch of legs sitting around the table. There was a conference going on. I had a client at the top of the hour, so I knew I had to leave. And in my head, I'm like, no, 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 no. How am I going to explain this? But I couldn't wait for them to finish. It was clear that they were in the middle of it and weren't ending anytime soon. I pushed one of the empty chairs out from the table. Everyone above stopped speaking. I could tell they were looking at the chair, seemingly moving of its own volition. I stood up from the floor to a group of aghast-looking business people and said there was no way to do this without being awkward. So my back was really hurting. Sorry to interrupt. There was dead silence as I walked out of the room. Have you heard of the Japanese word inemuri? It's a practice of taking a nap in public. It's a sign that you're a hard worker. You're exhausted because you've been working so hard, you fell asleep. That's only acceptable if you work hard. Working hard and hardly working are two different things. So, do whatever you want on your breaks as long as you're not interrupting anybody. Maybe not under your desk or a conference room. That's our last story. Happy Labor Day, my friends. If you're gonna go to a business establishment today, don't be a Karen of all days. Be nice to everyone working today. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Hit the like button if you enjoyed today's stories. And please subscribe so I can see you again in the next video. Bye-bye!